Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube video. My name is Sourish Sinha and today we are going to build a customer churn prediction model using KNIME analytics. So the model I'm choosing for this is logistic regression as it is easier to implement as well as interpret. So before we start off with the model, I would like to mention that I already have a customer data set available with me, which we are going to use for the model. Starting off, this is the KNIME home screen, and to create a new workflow, we select this create new workflow, and I'm going to give the workflow name as predict churn, maybe create. So this is the workflow window. Here we have all the nodes we are going to use. Uh, this is the workflow window. Here the workflow will be visible, and this is the debugging window. Here the outputs or the debugging stages would be available to us. And this is the configuration window. For some of the nodes, the configurations, the settings, etc. would be available to us for viewing as well as changing. So the first step of building this model is to import the Excel file which we just went through. So for this, we are going to use the Excel reader. So we need to configure this. We need to bring in the file. We need to specify the path. So for this, we are going to browse. So in downloads, I actually have the file. So this is it. Select it and open. So we are getting a review of the file. It's not the entire file, but some of the rows. So yeah, this is the file. Apply and OK. So once we configured the node, we are going to execute it. We are going to do this for mostly every other node as well. So here in the debugging window, we can see the data set is loaded, but the issue is there are too many missing values. See, the red question marks are the missing values actually. So first of all, we need to remove those. So for that, we bring in the missing value node. We connect this. This connection actually means the output of the Excel reader node is going as an input to the missing value node. Otherwise, it would not understand which file to check for missing values. So we again configure this. So here we have three categories. First, the number or integer, string, and then the floating values. So for the numerical values, I think the best option would be to replace the missing values with the column median. Same for the float as well. And for the string values, the alphabetical values or the combination values, we add the most frequent value. Apply, OK, execute. So as we can see now, there are no more missing values, no more red question marks. So now we are good to go. So as an input, as input variable features or input variables to the logistic regression model, we don't need the customer ID row. This has nothing to do to predict whether the customer will churn or not. So in that case, we are going to remove this column. For that, we are going to use the column filter. Again connected. Here we can see the configuration window here itself, which contains two windows, the excludes and the include. So we just need to exclude the customer ID and nothing else. So apply and execute. See, we don't have the column filter, we don't have the customer ID column anymore. And then the input features for logistic regression should not be categorical. It should mostly be numerical or continuous. So for that, we are going to apply this node one to many. So we can see that here are all the categorical values or the categorical columns that are available in the dataset. So we make them all numerical, or we can say this one hot encoding as well. Once done, we need to check for the target column, which is the churn, this one. We need to convert this one from numerical values, say 0, 1 to categories, as because the model will then recognize or identify this as a random numerical column and would not identify it as the target variable. So for this, we need to bring in the number to string mode connected, and we need to exclude all the variables or the features, and we just need to bring in the churn. Now we are good to go by starting with the model. So first of all, we need to split this data or the Excel dataset into test and train splits. So one will go to the logistic regression learner and another will go to the predictor. So for that, we need to do sampling. For this, we are bringing in this node. Yeah, connected. Let us configure this. So I need 70% of my data into the test train split and 30% in the test split. Apply and okay, execute. So the bootstrap samples which we are going to send in the learner node, this is the 70% of the node, and this is the rest 30%. Next, we need the logistic regression learner. So this is the bootstrap samples. We are sending it as input to the logistic regression learner. Configure this. So the target column should be churn and rest everything's fine. Apply, okay, and execute. So the execution is done for the learning. Now we bring in the logistic regression predictor. Adding the input. And for this, for the predictor to go hand in hand with the learner as well, we need to join these two. So this will be our predicted column name, prediction in brackets churn, apply, and OK. Now we execute it. So this is our predicted data. Now this is the here we are training the model, and here it is predicting. Now, in order to understand how the model has actually performed, we need to bring in the scorer node. And this we need to connect with the predictor node. So basically what this node will do is that it will make a confusion matrix using the actual values and the predicted values, and it will compute the precision, the accuracy, etc., etc. So the first column has our actual values and the second column has our predicted values. Apply, OK, execute. So now here we can see this is the confusion matrix, and for the accuracy, this is the accuracy for the positives and negatives, and this is the overall accuracy of the model, which is 85.5%. For a logistic regression model, this is quite a good value. So here it is. This is our workflow for the customer churn prediction model using logistic regression in KNIME Analytics. Thank you for watching my video. This is Sourish Sinha signing off.